Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. So this past August, I went on a 3-day bike trip to Madhya Pradesh to witness some amazing waterfalls. I covered a distance of around 914 kilometers during these days. So this video will be a long ride review of around 900 kilometers of my TVS Ronin, which will cover the practical aspects of bike performance and usage, sorted into some negatives and positive points which I experienced. So let's start with some negative first. My trip started early morning around 4 am, and at that moment I realized that the lightning of the bike is not enough, and I regretted not having the auxiliary rides at that time. By the time I was returning from the trip, it was raining and it was almost nearing midnight, and the nightlife performance felt very weak from the Ronin. The dipper was working great, but the visibility was not enough. Well, this was the thing that I was certain will be a problem because of rainy season. During my complete 3-day trip, half of my trip was a rainy ride. And after returning from the trip, my bike was looking something like this. The thing is, I tried installing tire hugger, but the issue is that most of them are not compatible with Ronin, and even if someone made them compatible by some jugaad, there's still gonna be a little compromise, because during bumps, the rear fender will strike the tire hugger. This thing is known that Ronin's turning radius is not small. This does not affect while highway riding or city rides that much, but taking the stationary bike out from the tight spot or from parking can be really troublesome. So that's it for the negatives. These were the only things that really bothered me from a practical point of view of going on a long ride on TVS Ronin. The Ronin comes with a somewhat relaxed position of footrest, and you sit very upright while riding. For me, this makes the ride very comfortable. On the first day of my trip, I was riding since 4 am in the morning till 6 pm in the evening. We covered few places and rode around for 400 kilometers. But surprisingly, I was not feeling tired or had any noticeable pain in the shoulders, back or wrist by the end of the day. The comfortable sitting posture, light clutch, smooth gear lever and shifting, seat cushioning, all these really helped me not only on the long stretch of the highways but also through the city traffic and off-roads. Ronin comes with around 20 Nm of torque, and this maximum torque gets achieved at only 3750 rpm. On my trip, part of the highways was under construction, and because of numerous diversions there was a lot of traffic. However, it didn't bother me as much. I kept on riding in second and third gear without any issue. Even tried using the GTT feature, and there was not much pressure to use the clutch that often. In the city traffic, the bike can easily be maneuvered, and the quick acceleration really makes a difference. Ronin comes with a basic exhaust sound which sounds great to hear on startup. Initially it is not loud. Once I start riding and I reach 5-6,000 rpm, the sound that I hear inside my helmet cannot be expressed. I mean, for the stock exhaust, it's pretty great actually. Here's a sample. There are certain things in Ronin that really complements the Ronin off-road experience. Note that the bike is not meant for some hardcore off-roading like any adventure bike. The bike does pretty great when it comes to basic to medium off-roading. The 181 mm ground clearance, block pattern tires, some guard, front USD suspension, the rear monoshock suspension, easily handle maneuvering all work in favor of the bike when it comes to off-roading. The side mirrors really helped me on my ride. There were no noticeable vibration or blurriness of the object even at higher speed. This ride was not a solo ride. I had 5 other riders with me, making it a group ride. And those who ride in groups know that how important it is to look out for your fellow rider in your side mirror. I was never disappointed by the quality or the visibility of the side mirrors. Note that you have to adjust your side mirrors as per your requirement. Some set it vertically like I have done, some prefer it to be set horizontally. These are very important part of the bike, and removal of these side mirrors is not recommended at all. For this trip, I got one fuel up for 7.31 liters before the ride, 2 liters in emergency on the first day of the trip, and then around 11 more liters of fuel on the same first day. That's it, just 20.31 liters in total of petrol, and the next 2 days till I reached back home, no fuel up was required. So 914 kilometers in 20.31 liters is around 45 kilometers per liter average. Even it was 40 to 42 kmpl, I would have been satisfied because the trip was mix of both highways and city ride, and even the highways were congested with traffic. So that's it for the positives for me. I thoroughly enjoyed my first long ride on my Ronin. There were no mechanical failures, puncture, heating issues, breakdown or anything. It was quite a wonderful experience. Thanks for being with me. Please like and subscribe.